So hi, we're working here today. Welcome back to Redwood Tropics first, and today we're going to do a little more work on this. We did remove a lot of the bark from a lot of different pieces. There's still some that has the bark on it, so we still have a lot more work to do there. But there's a few different pieces. I'm just going to be taking a marker, and I'm going to use this to kind of draw a line on the outside where exactly we want to cut down from. These are just the pieces that have like the hole in them. So these here, all we're going to be doing here is just have Tim set that up on the cutting block. And I'm just going to get him to probably cut this in 3 segments. So I'll probably do one right about here and one right about here. And that'll give us 1, 2, and 3 planters. And then again, we'll probably hollow out the center a little bit more to do the planters in. I also have to continue to remove the bark. Now this one over here, I'm not sure if you can see, let me move this a little closer here and bring this one forward. You see this one's got a nice hole in it, but it's also split down the side here. So I've decided to do something a little different with this one. What I want them to do with this one is to create just cutting it flat here and then turn around. We're going to lay it down. Hope you can see this, and I'm just going to tilt it towards you so that you can see a little bit. What I want to do is I want to carve out, have them run the power saw down this side of the split and down the other side. So what it's going to end up doing, and I'm going to be doing that with both of these here, and what it's going to end up doing is having this part kind of cut off here, and it's going to create a dip in the log here. And I'm going to put a piece in on each end, and then it'll lay down and look like a log, and out of the log there'll be plants growing all along here. I might put a taller one in, and it's going to make a beautiful piece that you can now sit in on your deck, and you can see a little bit. What I want to do is I want to carve out, have them run the power saw down this side of the split and down the other side. So what it's going to end up doing, and I'm going to be doing that with both of these here, and what it's going to end up doing is having this part kind of cut off here, and it's going to create a dip in the log here, and I'm going to put a piece in on each end, and then it'll lay down and look like a log, and out of the log there'll be plants growing all along here. I might put a taller one in, and it's going to make a beautiful piece that you can now sit in on your deck, and it'll make it. Now, if you wanted to, what you could do, if you wanted to have it for something for in the home rather than on the deck and using live plants, you can always go to a place like Dollarama, and you could probably pick up a variety of different fake plants, and you could put those in there, and you could have it as a beautiful piece to sit in your home as well. So, but I don't recommend using well, you could put live ones in, but make sure you have some that would prefer a little bit lower light, and making sure that you do have it in a window where they will continue to grow well. And you could have that as a nice, I guess a nice plant for your home. There are certain house plants that you can use that are really great for that. They really like the low light, and you can plant them in there and have live plants in your home. Or you can plant them in and have it sitting outside on your deck and put whatever it is depending on the lighting that you have there. You may want to use succulents if it's a lot of sun. You may want, if it's in shade, you might want to put some different shade plants in it. So that would be your choice. Anyways, I'm going to make 2 of those because, as you can see, this one here is also split. Okay, so probably what he'll do is probably put the power saw on right here and cut it straight down, and that should give us a nice hole in the bottom. So, and I'm hoping to be able to use a piece off of this once it's cut, to take and flip it around and put it at the ends so that it'll hold the soil. Okay, so that's that. Tim's getting ready. He's getting things rigged up. We do have to do the power saw outside due to the exhaust on it. So he's just finishing up a few things in the house. He's coming out to join me, so we'll get back to you. Okay, folks, during this little segment of the video here, you'll see Tim doing some sawing. I had to take the audio out and everything. I made the mistake of hitting slow motion at the time of doing the recording. But as you see in this video right here, he's sawing down the length of the log. This is going to be the one that I want to have laying on its side and it be carved out and have a bunch of plants sitting in it. So this will skip through. I've chopped up this segment and I'll try to show and put a little commentary in here for your benefit. This is the first log one that he's cut here. If you have a good look, it has a nice gouge in the center of it, so a person will be able to curve that out a bit more and be able to put plants in it. Excuse any background noise you might hear in the home, but it's pretty quiet today. This is where he's cutting the second one right here, cutting down through to create another one of those log-based ones that you can sit down and fill with plants. Of course, they'll need to be carved out a little bit more. I've tried to do what is coming up next. I think he's doing the logs, so you have like little stump planters. The one that I did to do the Easter Island piece, that one there, the sound and that worked out all right. They were separate little segments put together. And here, I think this is where he gets the piece where he's going to be cutting it into short stump pieces. And the centers will be hollowed out, and it'll be used for putting plants in. Makes a great little thing for your deck, your steps, your patio table. You can even decorate it up and put it in your home. If you want to put live plants in it, you can, or if you wanted to, you could put an oasis block in it and put some fake plants in it. Change them up for all your different seasons if you wanted to, and have it in your home or even just on your doorstep. Put fake plants in it for the summer. Come fall, you can put some Halloween decorations in it if you use an oasis block, and then of course winter time you can put some pine boughs and boughs in it. But I'm going to be using them for putting succulents and different things such as this in it. So, and I will be doing some carving on them, which you'll see coming up in this video. So again, sorry for this little segment. Had a new microphone too, so you'll probably find it a little off, and we are getting used to it. So stay with us, bear with us, and thanks a lot. Okay, so Tim's going to start with the Easter Island head here. He's going to just start by doing two sides, by cutting down each side here. He's going to cut it off here and over there, and he's going straight down with that. And that'll be our two sides. Seemed to work a little better that time.
don't know. Yeah, I think what we're going to be doing is taking this and just kind of taking it out to the edge and here, like if you come up. So we start here and cut out. He's done, and he's going to be doing this one. Straight down, I think. No, but flange it out as well. Okay, so I think the next thing is we're going to have to cut in for the nose and then cut the bottom off, but I think it's best to take it in, do some markings on it first. Probably help when we go to start.
Oh, it will for me. Yes.
Yeah, so I think
I don't like it when I'm done with it without any marks on it.
So we're going to lug this inside and then I'm going to mark it up, okay? So we'll get right back to you.
I thought I'd go through a little bit of what we already have cut here. Now, what he did was he went back outside because it was, when we laid these on the side, it was just a little roly-poly. So he went out and he just shaved the edge off here so that we could lay it nice and flat on the table like that, and it's not wobbling around. And I'm just going to adjust the camera because it kind of fell a little bit on me. There we go. Okay. So anyway, we also have over here, I just was trimming off a little bit of stuff. So we're going to work a little bit on this here, removing some of the insides of this here particular stump. Okay. And so I think what we'll do is we'll start with this piece here. And we're going to start by chiseling this out and, taking off. I'm going to adjust the camera here again. Sorry. So we're going to just be carving out some of the inside here, making it larger so that we can put some soil and sand in and put some plants in it. So I've got one of the chisels here, just a standard one. So I'm just going to start with that one and start carving this out. It comes off pretty easy because it is rotten in the center there. This will be a little more difficult probably along the edge there once you get into the wood itself. But I thought good idea would be just to take your chisel and just carve it up. And we're going to go from the other side as well. Oh, yeah. I'll just move that out of the way. So I hope you're being able to see this good, but it's pretty self-explanatory. You get the rotten stuff in the center as you get it built up. Just stand it up, knock it out as you're cleaning it out a little bit. Up here, it is coming apart pretty good, actually. So if you find that you're going to have more depth, more room, whatever it might be, you can always take a drill and kind of drill into it a little bit, and that'll help to bring apart some of the stuff that you and dig it out, and then you can take the chisel to it as well. So right now I'm just going to use the chisel to work on this, and of course I'm not going to keep the camera on the entire time I'm doing this, but just to give you a good idea of how we are doing it. And it doesn't take much when it's soft like that to chip it out. And then once you get it chipped out nice, it is going to make it a nice, if you put your soil in there and a nice planter. Another good thing about that is when you put something like a house plant or something like that in there, it'll draw nutrients from the wood itself, eh? So if it's a house plant that doesn't take much fertilizer, it's really good. It'll grow great there and it'll still draw some nutrients from the wood. So it's a little bit easier. So I think I might stand it up and chip it. Might be just a tad bit easier. Put the blade in and then chipping that way. Makes it a little easier for me anyway. I find it easier going down rather than sideways, so it will help in that regard. So I'm going to continue with this. Taking this here rod out, and I'll probably want to widen this up a little bit here. It's a little narrow right there, so I'm just going to take my chisel, and as you can see, and then I'm going to put it back, just so that I can take some of that out of there. And I'm just going to pry that out. Yeah, let's make it a little bit wider so you get a little more planting space. See how it gets really, and there's another narrow part down here. So I'm going to put my chisel in and do the same down here. Splitting wood, the old axe. You know, once you make a groove in the lines and stuff, you can just kind of take it and then pull that out of there. And see how that's widened it up down at the base here too. And we're getting a nice wide area coming along here. And that'll give us a little more room to put our plants in. So anyways, I'm going to continue on this. But before I'm just going to sit over here. And what I wanted to do was bring in this. Okay. Now this is with the one with the hole in it. And you're probably wondering, what are you going to do about the bottom? Well, we'll get to that. And when we do, you'll get to see. So right now, all I want to try to do, what I'd like to try to do is have a really close look at this. I don't know if you can see it. But you can see this ring. It's come around here, see that? And I believe that's a center part, and then this grew on the outer part. So I'm going to try to carve all that out. And it gives us a lot more space for putting the plants in. If I can get out that far, which shouldn't be too bad. This is going with the grain here, so I'm just going to put this on and do it this way. Continue. What if that ever come out easy? Actually, have a look at that. It really just falls right apart for me. So, and it is working right back to where that ridge line is that I mentioned, and it's pulling off very easily. Very soft. Anything that's softer, just a little easier to work with. Yes. True. So when you go down, when you go into the woods and you decide you're going to cut yourself down some stumps, look for some softwood. Get those, and it's not going to be nearly as hard to do the carving with. This just happens to be what we have right now. As I said before, we're real busy in the fall, didn't have much time, but this year we're going to go down and see if we're going to get some softwood before we create more items. Right now, this is what we have, so we're going to work with what we have. So anyway, so this fall when we go down, we're going to get some more different types of wood, and we're going to be doing some different items, which are a little easier than what I'm attempting now. And when we go to do those, I'm definitely going to be getting some softwoods. Well, it's coming out pretty good. As you can see, I am getting it along that outer edge that I showed you there. And I think by the time I'm done, because it does come up around here a little bit more, that's going to be a nice planting area right there. And then we'll work out exactly how we're going to do the bottom. We'll show you on how to do that and to fill it in. And it depends on where it's going to be going. If it's going outside, you really want the drainage there. But if you're going to have it inside, as something you're going to be using inside, the bottom would have to be done a little bit different, okay? So, because you wouldn't want a lot of leakage coming out, and you would want to make sure that you have some kind of drainage at the bottom. So it'll be a little bit different. You would probably have to put some kind of a holder in before you started, and then cover up the bottom part, the base bottom part. So, anywho, I'm going to pause here right now. Tim's almost ready, so I'm going to pause here right now. Anyway, I'm going to let you go right now, and we'll get back to you. Okay, so we brought the wood back in, and I've started to draw some lines on it here. And basically, I took across the top here where the eyes would be, and mainly what I'm trying to do is get where the position of the nose. So what I did was I marked it straight across here because Tim's going to cut in, and then if you look on the side here, I've done an angle where it's going to come out to the edge again, so that'll give the depth when you're looking at the nose here. It comes out, and once he gets that section cut, then we'll probably go from there and cut up into here.
Cut up into here, cut it over here, here, and then angle this so it angles it like that.
Yeah, so it'll come down just a little bit.
Get the depth of that nose, you gotta go in.
Yeah. So that's what we figured we're going to do there. And then, of course, we'll have to, try to level it all up. And as, bring this back up again so you can see us.
Anyway, yep, that's...
Yeah, and anyway, so then we're going to be working around the edges, doing this. And as Tim had mentioned earlier in the video about how difficult it is to work with the hardwood, this will be the only one we're going to be doing with this, and we're going to wait, and the next one we'll do with softwood. It'd be a lot easier for sanding and
cutting, sanding, everything. It's just easier to work with.
Yeah. So but this is all we had for now. We wanted to do a few videos, and this particular one, I'm not going to leave it look like the wood part. I'm going to make it look like stone. So we're going to want it to have a little bit more rough edges because no stone. Well, unless you get one out of the riverbed, a nice smooth stone, but for the most part, when you're seeing carvings from stone, especially the Easter Island ones, they tend to be kind of jagged. So that's how this is going to look. We're going to put hard rock on it, texturized paint it, and it should turn out pretty good. At least that's our hope. So anyway, we're going to cut it short for today because we're running a little long here. Do stay with us. Come back. And you're going to get to see Tim finish doing the carving on the Easter Island head with his power saw.
The rough stuff anyways.
Yeah.
Cut the eyes out and mouth and the nose.
Yeah. And once those are cut out, then we can start using the smaller tools inside and continue from there, as well as that. Now, I did get most of this here carved out. Okay. Now, with this one, we're going to be cleaning up the sides.
Varathane, then, probably, is it?
Yeah, varathane. We'll put a coat of varathane on this. And then we'll be obviously having to put a base bottom on it. And that planter is going to be ready. So I'm not going to plant it this early because obviously it's too cold. But it'll be ready, and we'll do a segment on planting them. I'll have 3 of them to do, so we can do several different types. Okay. And that'll be the same with the log that I have that Tim cut off for me today. That log, I think I'm going to use for houseplant, do a couple of houseplant design with that, and it's something that you can have outside and then bring into your home in the winter. Anyway, we're running long. So
she loves talking.
Anyway, we're running along. So this is going to be the end of this segment. Do come back and see the rest of it. So everybody have a really good day. Don't forget to like and subscribe, and we'll have a good day. We'll see you later.
I'm just going to be anxious to get some softwood because it's going to be a lot easier.
Yeah.
Okay.
Folks,
have a good one.